Thank you for tuning in to Gaming at a Glance.
K and K.
K and
K. We changed clothes.
we did. Still in the same room.
Still in the same room.
With a mountain of chairs.
That's always there. We noticed that last time that people were probably going to be like, why is there a mountain of chairs with some horns and a PlayStation sign? And I was like,
why not?
It's always there. Every time I come over, there's a mountain of chairs and a PlayStation sign. We just added the horns. That's all.
Yeah, we did. The horns were a nice touch.
So, Caleb.
Yes.
What are we talking about today?
Well, we're going to talk about elves.
Elves?
A little green elf.
Is he really an elf?
No, but my mom always called him an elf when I was a kid, and it always made me angry. And the worst name he ever went by was Zelda, because his name was not Zelda, and everyone called him Zelda.
Hey! Yeah, anyway, sorry.
He is Link.
Link. We're talking about The Legend of Zelda, folks. My book is a lot cooler than Caleb's.
I found mine at Goodwill for $1.
He has the guide, but I actually have the actual Zelda, Legend of Zelda Hyrule Historia hardback edition. For those of you who don't know about Zelda,
I thought it only came in hardback.
Hyrule Historia, excuse me. No, I think it came in. Maybe it didn't. You're right. And you can get like a digital version too. But the cool thing about this, we're not talking about this, but I really want to talk about this. The cool thing is it has everything about The Legend of Zelda. It has the official timeline of Zelda, which is the most confusing thing you will ever probably see in your entire life. It has cool art and anything, but we're not talking about that today.
Any diehard Legend of Zelda fan needs this in their collection.
I bought this, and my wife was like, why do you have this? And I said, why not? And then that was it. I was about to make a really funny, sexist joke, and I didn't do that because I love my wife.
Yes, he does.
Anyway, so what are we talking about today?
We are talking about one of the most difficult Legends of Zeldas to come out to date.
He's never even finished it.
I never even started it. That's the thing. But everyone tells me that it is the hardest Zelda that come out. I'm still working my way through Twilight Princess, so I haven't had a chance to pick it up. But we're going to be talking about...
Now, we're talking about...
Majora's Mask.
Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. I'm also a collector. I have the collector's edition Majora's Mask. So I'm that guy that has all the weird stuff. So I was telling Caleb that we really need to talk about this. It was announced about a month or so ago.
I believe so, yeah.
And we really should have said something then, but we didn't. And I was like, let's talk about it now.
We're still stoked about it. So
I'm really excited. It was one of my favorite. It really was one of my favorite games because of when it came out. It was really crazy. You know, if you listen to the podcast, we talked about Ocarina of Time. That's not special edition. I'm sorry.
But so one of the main things, the reason we're talking about or Majora's Mask and kind of Ocarina of Time.
I'm talking a lot because I love this game.
I know, and it's okay. But it has been announced that they remastered Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time on the 3DS, and I purchased it. It was remastered and beautiful. I loved every second of it. Being able to replay that game again was just a great experience.
Yeah.
Even though I'm not a big fan of handheld, it was awesome. And now it has been announced that Majora's Mask will be coming out as well, remastered on the 3DS.
And I really hope that it is the same or better graphics. I know it will be than the new Ocarina of Time was, because that game, the first game, Ocarina of Time, was so amazing. And what a lot of people don't realize is Majora's Mask was just an incredible game. It had physics in it that it had. I'm an idiot. I said physics.
This isn't high school.
Okay, anyway. It had things about it that were awesome. It had time, time manipulation, go back in time, 3-day round of days that you had to go through before the end of the game.
Back and forth.
Yeah.
A lot of time travel in this one.
Yeah, it was really amazing.
There wasn't as much in Ocarina of Time, but...
even though it was Ocarina of Time, there wasn't a lot of time in it.
Yeah. Well...
They didn't have time to put time...
I see what you're doing.
That game.
Alright.
Anyway, so...
Jokes.
Majora's Mask. You've never played that, have you?
I've never played through Majora's Mask, but one thing I know I'm excited about it is that with Ocarina of Time, it was kind of hard to maneuver an angle whenever you're shooting the
on the 3DS.
On the 3DS they added it to where you could use the camera.
Oh that was awesome.
That made that a lot.
I know a lot of people didn't like that, but I loved it. I thought it was great.
To have those kinds of things, but
and I tell you what, Zelda was very attractive in 3D form.
Yeah, and now she was all pointy.
And the
rounded out.
and and the fairies were still scary when they come out of the water, and they're like,
oh, and that freaked me out when I was a kid.
let me give you this.
Oh, you're gonna give it all right.
That's what they did. They were like,
Hey,
let me give you magic. And so it was so scary when I was little.
Let me give you the clap. I mean,
all right, I'm gonna admit this on camera. When I was young and I played that game, I literally thought that was like the most hottest thing I've ever seen in my life, because like they literally had nothing on but like vines and stuff, and I was like, oh, I'm little, this is hot. But now I know I was weird, and
it's okay. It's okay. This is why we have you in that support group that you go to.
Okay. Anyway, I'm not in a support group. Anyway, so let's keep going. No, I'm not.
Season 2, one for that and one for pathological lying.
Okay.
Oh.
Anyway, so you've never played Majora's Mask, so I will talk about it.
Well, I just want to say what I know about Majora's Mask.
All right, well, say everything you think you know about Majora's Mask.
I've heard that it is incredibly difficult.
It is hard, yes.
I've been told if you start that game and you do not have a guidebook, you will not know anywhere where you're going. They said that what I've been told is that they kind of drop you in the middle of it and say good luck. So,
that is somewhat true, I would say, but not 100% true. There are parts when you get later into the game that you're kind of like, ooh, what do I do? You know, it's definitely true, because you're really... The awesome thing about the first, Ocarina of Time was that it was a huge world, and you kind of like, okay, go here, go here. It was 3D open world, but this was like, you're in Termina. You're in one city, and then that's it. And then you go to these parts of Termina. You know, it's pretty weird. So you start off, you're looking for Navi.
So you're not in Hyrule anymore?
No, you're not in Hyrule anymore. That's the weird thing. So this is spoilers for anybody who has beaten this game. If you haven't beaten this game, you're probably either dead or
you're Caleb. Wait, no, I beat that one. I thought
this game.
My bad.
If you haven't beaten Ocarina of Time, I don't know what to tell you. I'm about to spoil a lot of things for you. He beats Ganon.
Oh my God! I didn't see it coming.
Whoa. Anyway, so if you read the Hyrule story, it talks about there's 2 split timelines, blah blah blah. One timeline he's an adult. 3 timelines. Sorry, one he dies, one Link is an adult, and one Link is a kid. So this one, your Link is a kid, okay, and that's when Ganon dies. Link is a kid. He goes back, and Navi is gone. Your little fairy guy goes, hey, listen. Oh, hey, listen. The most aggravating thing in my life.
I had that set for my text tone. It would do that every
time. Yeah, I hate that.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, so you're going to look for Navi, the Skull Kid from the Ocarina of Time, the guy that has the whistle in Ocarina of Time.
He's a total freaking douche.
Yeah, he's pretty mean. He's a pretty bad kid. So Skull Kid, he knocks you out, steals your horse, Epona, and then, things ensue. You find out that there's moon. They summoned a moon. The Majora's Mask is summoning this moon to crash on Termina, and you have 3 days before it happens. You find your Ocarina of Time. You find a way to stop it. It's a huge, complicated, and convoluted story, but it is so amazing.
Yeah. Now tell me, Kenneth, Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask?
That is probably the hardest question anyone's ever asked me ever in my entire life. Which game do I like better? Well, Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask? I'm going to say neither. I'm just kidding. I love Ocarina of Time, really, because it was the first, and I bought it. If you listen to the podcast, you hear.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Anyway, so also, go get that when it comes out. Get Ocarina of Time 3D. It's going to be awesome. I also have this I brought, the Wii U version of Wind Waker.
Oh, Wind Waker's my favorite Zelda.
If you haven't played this, you need to play it.
So good.
It's amazing. I bought a Wii U just for this game, and it's like gleaming in the... It looks like it's gleaming in the camera, so I'm going to do it this way. So if you haven't played this, I bought a Wii U just for this, and it's worth it.
Yeah, well, that's the reason I bought a 3DS was for Ocarina of Time Remastered. So if you don't have a 3DS, you don't have a Wii U, even though there's not a lot of really amazing games out there.
There are good games.
There are a few really amazing games.
Super Smash Brothers is on it now, and that's worth buying it too.
Smash Brothers and Zelda are the only 2 reasons you need a Wii U and a Nintendo DS. As of right now, well, I've heard Bayonetta 2 has been really good too. So.
Oh, for Wii U or?
I've heard Wii U. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it is. It's really raunchy, so if you're under the age of 18, probably still buy it.
We know what Scott's playing.
If you're under age of 18, probably still buy it, but don't tell your parents and get someone
You
older.
are influencing these children in a horrible way. The ESRB rating system is there for a reason.
Don't buy that game if you are under 16 or 15, maybe even 12. Okay?
I wouldn't buy it if I was 20.
Yeah, you would. It's actually really good.
Yeah, I've heard
anyway, so this video is probably already really long. Let's
just want to say, definitely pick up Majora's Mask.
yes.
When remastered, whenever it comes out on 3DS, it's going to be fantastic. If you don't have enough money to get a 3DS, I purchased one of my friends last
Steal
Christmas.
it.
A 2DS, or you can steal it.
Don't steal it.
We're so bad.
We're being bad this time. I'm being really bad. I'm about to take my shirt off. I really am. I'm just gonna do it.
2DSs are awesome. They're cheaper. They're like $99 out there right now. So you can still play those on those. They're an excellent purchase. So I would recommend that or a 3DS to be able to play these games, and they're definitely worth it. You're reliving some of the best games that have ever come out of all time. It's
a lot of games coming out now have been a lot of people are running out of ideas for games, so they're remastering games, and they're turning out really well.
Yeah. It's not like whenever they take old things and remaster them, like when Disney remade Haunted Mansion with Eddie Murphy, because that was
when George Lucas remade the original trilogy.
He never remade the original.
Yeah, he did. Remastered. He did remaster.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, they did, and that was probably the funniest. Kind of cool. I was able to experience.
I enjoyed it.
Anyway, enough of that. We can have Star Wars cast and video later on, so it'll happen.
So, I recommend to pick it up.
Yeah, when it comes out, it's not out yet, of course, but pick it up.
When it does.
If you do have N64, definitely pick it up to play it before and see where it was like. So it's
for the time being, go pick up Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time Remastered because it has been excellent. And also Wind Waker HD,
definitely a good game.
So great, they're wonderful. They're absolutely worth it.
Awesome.
Do not sit thinking, should I get this? Because you should. Highly recommended from all of us here at Gaming at a Glance.
Yes.
So, just our YouTube, iTunes, Facebook, Twitter's all down in the comments. Make sure you go check us out. Leave us a rate and review on iTunes. It'd be nice.
It's coming, folks.
That's what she said. So,
no! Why'd you say that? Ah!
But thank you so much for tuning in with us, guys. Leave us a comment. Tell us what you think. If you think we're stupid and we suck, then you know what? Go ahead.
We're going to do it anyway.
Yeah, I'm not going to stop. But thank you guys so much, and all of you have a great night. Go save the princess, everybody.
Hey, she is in another castle, you know.